Alright, so recently I watched Pearl for the third time, and this movie always surprises me. Every character in this movie is a perfect example of good and sometimes great character development. You guys know how much I love character development and good written characters in horror movies, and this movie is just a perfect example of that. Now, if I made this into a video about all the characters, this video would be at least an hour long, and I'm not here to do all that, but I am going to talk about the main character, Pearl. I think that Mia Goth is a brilliant actress for this character. I haven't seen this amount of effort put into like a horror character in a long time. Mia makes this character so believable, it's actually kind of crazy, I'm not even gonna lie. So right off the bat, the movie begins with Pearl going to a barn talking to animals. Already, right off the bat, this movie establishes that Pearl is like a weird type of character. Right after this, the duck walks into the barn. Well, Pearl kills the duck and then feeds it to her gator, Theta, I think her name is. I don't remember. But now this movie's already showing that Pearl's obviously not really that normal like some other characters in movies. I want to note that I love how this movie doesn't like immediately start with straight killing. Like it starts with introducing Pearl and what type of character she is. Anyway, after she feeds the duck to the gator, we get to see Pearl's family. The movie shows us that they're all German. After they eat, it cuts into Pearl reading her husband's Howard's letter. Howard, I think. Yeah, Howard. The letter from the war. The war. How the fuck do you say? Pearl's reading this letter out loud to her father, which has some kind of disease. I don't know what. I think it might be the flu that's going around. I don't know. He can't talk or walk or do anything really. Now I'm gonna skip a little ahead, but after she reads this letter, we get to see the first instance of Pearl's psychopathic behavior. Basically, the scene before this, Pearl's mom sends her out to get medicine for the dad on the way, and Pearl meets this guy and gives her a piece of like the film. I don't know how it works back then. On the way back, she loses it in the cornfield after she goes to look for it, and this crazy scene happens. So basically, this scene is really where we get to see her psychopathic tendencies. She also took the Scarecrow's hat, which the mom sees, and she said that she shouldn't bring it in to the house because it could have the germs. But then the movie cuts into Pearl taking a bath in front of the dad, which is kind of wild, not gonna lie. But anyway, she starts to choke the dad, and then the mom comes in. This is a great scene for showing Pearl's dark side. I'm skipping a little bit now, but this is a dinner scene where the movie really kicks off.
Where does all this ungratefulness stem from? How is it you find our lives so beneath you? You've always had a roof over your head, food in your belly. Do you not think that came at great sacrifice from your father and I? Or do you think we are beneath you too?
If I'm meant to live out the rest of my days with you and Daddy on this farm, then so be it. But I'm only young once. If I go to this audition and I don't get picked, then I'll come home and I'll never speak of it again, I swear. But I have to know that I tried, or I'm gonna regret it for the rest of my life. Please, Mama, you have no idea what I'm capable of.
Oh, yes, I do. I've seen the things you've done in private. You believe no one is watching. You think others won't notice? You can't keep your true self hidden forever.
Alright, I don't have the full scene. I can't find it anywhere. But basically, Pearl and the mom like start literally fighting, and Pearl accidentally lights her on fire, and that's just like crazy. Alright, so this scene right here basically was the make or break for this movie, at least for me. I say this because this movie could have basically went in two different directions. The first direction could have been Pearl just starts randomly killing for no real reason. In the second direction, they could have like stuck with the good character development they've been doing. Well, you know, they basically did none of those. Or, well, not none of them, but they really basically did both. After Pearl kills the mom, she runs away back to the city and has sex with the film guy. So she cheats on her husband. That's in the war. One quick thing I forgot to mention is that before this, Pearl met with her sister-in-law, and the sister-in-law told her that she could go to the dance audition the next day. Alright, so let's get back to this part. Pearl quickly wakes up and then gets ready for the practice, or gets ready to practice for her dance audition. Also, the film guy told her that he could bring her to Europe and she should come with him. That's also going to be important a little bit later. So after this, they drive back to Pearl's place. Pearl sets up the dad because he's still somehow alive. I don't know how the bro's alive after all that, but the guy meets with the dad and they go upstairs. They start going crazy. the film guy, I still can't remember his name, hears a noise, which is the mom still burnt up in the basement trying to get out. The guy goes downstairs. As he's looking around, Pearl tells him that it's the dog and he's locked down in the cellar, and this is a really good scene for later. Pearl then drags him along to the barn. As Pearl's talking to him, he asks something about the dog. Then she says that we don't have a dog. Now this part is a really good example of a good believable psychopathic killer character. The guy obviously gets freaked out by this when this happens, and then after this she kills the guy and just goes to the dance audition. Now I'm going to show a few parts of this.
I had some chores to do around the house. Rumor has it they may only be taking one gal per town. It has to be me. Time to show them what you can do.
You show them all.
So she gets up to go to the audition. Well, this is where the best example of Pearl being a good written horror character comes in.
Pardon?
Sorry, you're just not what we had in mind. Someone with X Factor.
What? Please, I'm a star!
I'm sorry.
After this, Pearl goes home with her sister-in-law, and then one of the best scenes in any horror movie happens. A long, fleshed-out talking scene happens. Now, I'm just going to sum this all up. Basically, Misty, Pearl's sister-in-law, tells her to let all her feelings out and pretend she's talking to Howard, Pearl's husband. Then Pearl does this while also telling Misty about how she killed the others, and it felt good, and how she wishes Howard was dead. Obviously, Misty is scared by this, and then Pearl says,
Do you think I'm sick?
No. But Pearl,
Please. Don't lie to me.
You guys get everything you want.
Nobody has to know. I can fix things. It can be our secret, Mitzi.
Alright, so then Pearl chases down Misty and kills her. After all this, Pearl goes back down to the cellar, grabbing the mom, and then setting up all the dead people, or not dead people, but all the dead family members at the dinner table. Now, finally, this happens.
Pearl?
Howard? I'm so happy you're home.
Now, all in all, Pearl is a brilliant written horror movie character. It's not just one of those random horror characters, slasher movies that just like kill a bunch of people for no reason. There's nothing wrong with those movies, but it's just, I don't know, it's just like, they're not really that fun to watch anymore, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, this horror psychopathic character is a brilliant written character. Also, if you don't like and subscribe in the next 10 seconds,